I'm going to be doing the process of kicking a ball, football, soccer ball, anything of the sort, or in this case, a basketball. So, there are 3 stages to this process. There's first the pullback, the kick itself, and the follow-through. The first step I'm going to be going over is the pullback. In this, while kicking a football, it uses all the bones and joints in your lower body. The tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges of your foot provide a contact surface that strikes the ball. The foot is undergoing plantar flexion by the gastrocnemius and the soleus. Your leg is hyperextended by the gluteus maximus in the buttock. Your hip also undergoes external rotation with the use of the iliopsoas, which is seen in how the hip is turned laterally. The shoulders are abducted partially by the middle deltoid, right there, and the elbows undergo flexion with the biceps brachii, brachialis, and brachioradialis. In the second part of the kick, there's the kick itself. During the kick, hip flexion occurs in order to give the leg momentum. Hip flexion is done with the contraction of the iliacus and psoas major. Most of the power in the kick, however, comes from the knee extension, which is done by the vastus intermedius, rectus femoris, and vastus lateralis. The thigh is also medially rotating to wind up for the kick, which is done by the adductor brevis, adductor longus, and adductor magnus. The shoulders are undergoing extension by the latissimus dorsi. The ankle is plantar flexed by the gastrocnemius and soleus. Lastly, the elbows are being extended by the triceps brachii to provide counterbalance for the kick. Third step to a kick is the follow-through. After the kick, the leg follows through. This action is called hip flexion and is done by the contraction of the iliacus and psoas major. The knee itself is extended by the vastus intermedius, vastus medialis, vastus femoris, and vastus lateralis. The thigh is also medially rotated by adductor brevis, adductor longus, and the adductor magnus. The shoulders are hyperextended by the latissimus dorsi to provide counterbalance. The elbows are extended by the triceps brachii. In the last part of this presentation, I will talk about the universal muscle movements, or muscle movements that are occurring at every stage of the kick. For example, the non-dominant leg is being held in a neutral position by the simultaneous contraction of the iliacus, psoas major, psoas minor in the front, and the gluteus maximus in the back. The abdomen is being stabilized by the rectus abdominis, and during all stages of the kick, the trunk is going from partial flexion to hyperextension. These actions are done with the rectus abdominis, external and internal obliques, erector spinae, latissimus dorsi, psoas major and minor, all working together at the same time to accomplish trunk flexion. The forearms are being pronated by the pronator teres and pronator quadratus, here. The neck is being stabilized and supported by the upper portion of the trapezius in the back, the sternocleidomastoid in the sides and front of the neck, and the suboccipitals at the base of the skull.